Round 16, the toughest round of them all, apparently. Well, for me anyway. Yeah, 11 players, a couple of players that I need to score well, didn't. All the players that everyone owns did well. One of those, Joey Manu, 99. What an incredible performance from him. 5 offloads, couple of turnovers, 318 meters, 7 tackle breaks, a try saver, and a try. Incredible, incredible stuff from him there. And fullback, it's his spot, isn't it? It's very clear that that's where he plays his best. They did get the win in this one, just. It was against the Knights. But yeah, for the most part, fullback is his position. Obviously, some of the passing still not amazing, but yeah, surely he can work on that in that position there. You would have thought his left to right passing would have been better. He seemed to still struggle with that. Being a right centre, you'd imagine passing to your winger, but yeah, how often does he pass? Does he? But yeah, 99 for him. Anyone who captained him, amazing work, and he was definitely another one of those options this week. He just hadn't been playing very well at all, and he did play a game at fullback early in the year, got 47, so it would have been very risky to pop him as your captain, but it would have worked a treat, that's for sure. I had the first 2 plays in this game, so very glad I brought in Ponga. That was a good trade-in this week. He had a try saver, he had a couple of line breaks and an assist as well to go along with his big run meters, and that was great there. So tackle breaks, the offloads. He had an awesome game on that front as well. So back to being that wing fullback at least, but potentially half keeper as well. So good stuff for everyone basically that owns Ponga. And I think there's another 100 or so that brought him in this week, like myself. Nat Butcher, the 66. So he got the try early on. He played 80 minutes within the middle and also on the edge. So yeah, if you're an owner of him, it's exactly what you would have been looking for. Is basically the role that Bateman plays at the moment. Or Bateman's mainly in the middle now, but what he was playing for a couple of weeks there. That hybrid role between the both, and for Nat Butcher to be able to allow him to get his tackles in the middle, but also get his running up. Yeah, exactly what you would have been hoping for there for Nat. So good stuff for owners of him. Whoever brought him in this week, it worked out well. A couple of the bigger ownership pushes were actually in that last couple of games. So we had Ryan Madison was a 180 plus in the top 1,000. Then we had Nelson Asafa-Solomona a little bit. I think it was just about 100, and he got updated, thankfully, for those owners with a bunch of less missed tackles, which we'll go through in that last game. For some reason, the last game didn't update, so there you go. But yeah, Nat Egan there was 63. Tupou, a good one as well. Dylan Lucas, if you anyone who grabbed him just for the week in the centres, actually didn't believe he was a centre. I thought he'd be an edge for sure. Didn't look into him too much because he's going to be only there for the 1 week. But 60 for him with 52 tackles. He got whacked in the head at one point, but still kept going, still kept playing. Tacklebot Terps, how much do we love him? 59 this week. You're going to make a big chunk of cash again, but 53 makes for 0 misses and 2 turnover tackles. Was hectic, exactly what we wanted. Last week it was an extra 10 tackles, but he had the 4 misses, so something like that, whatever it was. But yeah, a couple of misses. Terps, amazing. We love him. Gagai, anyone who grabbed him, gee, you're happy. 10 tackle breaks, 170 meters, 22 tackles. Does have all the negatives, obviously, 4 errors, 4 misses, but you get a line break, gets a try assist in there as well. He's involved in everything. He gets his hands on the ball plenty. They go to his side a lot. Obviously, they have Bradman Best now, and he's very, very important for this side. But Gagai is the man that they go for. That's for sure. And a 58 for those who grabbed him. There were a chunk. There were a bunch of people that did. So well done to him. Finally, Adam Elliott performed with 53 in the 68 minutes, and it was mainly through his tackling of 52. 130 run meters was solid as well. But anyone who grabbed him over the last bunch of weeks, finally got a good score. Nat White, 43, so that was solid. It was kind of a good opportunity for him to score well, given he was getting the starting 13 jersey. A good score from Crichton at 41 in 43 minutes, so a good PPM, but his price is going to keep rocketing down. That kind of stabilizes things just a tad, but he'll still be under 500 very, very soon. Sanders Smith, so I suppose the big news in this game was Luke Keary going down with a facial fracture, it sounds like. I haven't had it confirmed, but it looks very clear that's what's happened there with the stray boot from Dom Young when he was scoring that first try. So very upsetting for Keary, for Roosters owners, Roosters fans there. Which means that what's going to happen is Joey Manu going to keep the 6 role. Is it going to be Sandon Smith and Manu for a bit? Is Drew Hutchison going to keep it with Sandon and Joey goes back to centres? I'm not sure, but it does help the chances of Joey staying at 6 and not being at in the centres there. And I suppose what happens with Teddy, does he back up? I think he should. The Roosters, that win there just kind of keeps him in the hunt for the top 8 there for sure. Hastings a 40, best of 40 there. Crossland 39 for anyone who needed some points out of him. That worked out. Tupanua with 37. He had the 48 minutes before he got injured there, unfortunately. So he had 3 turnover tackles. So pretty lucky on that front for sure. Very rare you can get 3 in a game, can't you? Yeah, Hutcho 55. So Billy Smith, the 26 for him. Again, not much of a game. He started pretty well. He had the 2 offloads. He had the turnover tackle. And no attacking stats for him. He needs to be moved on in the next few weeks, either this week coming in 17 or in 19. I've seen a lot of people make a couple of trades again this week, so people have to be low, don't they? For sure, heading into round 17, I'm seeing a lot of 4, 5, 6 players out next week, so that's going to be very interesting, and hopefully that's a week I can catch up, knowing that I knew I'd be go pretty poor this week, but a couple of those poor scorers happen in the next couple of games, that's for sure. He's one of them. And we'll start with him, and that's Penasini. 26 for him. Wow. You got Madison and you've got Cartwright. Both guys that don't like to pass the ball unless they're offloading. Unless it, is a chance that it's like a try scoring situation. But that never happened in that one. So, and then anytime they did pass the ball, like Maddo, there was one early in there. He just passed like right behind him. And it was like, yeah, good luck catching that, William. But yeah, 2 errors early on the game. Just from anytime he got himself into a position where he potentially could score a try or get some attacking stats, they passed it behind him or gave him a shocking pass or at his feet or something like that. So yeah, that was the unfortunate thing with Will. Obviously, that could have improved things a little bit. They did go left in this game. Simonson was the man that was getting all the spoils, unfortunately, along with Gutho. God, he's in some form, isn't he, Clint? We like watching him play, for sure. But yeah, 100 meters for Will. Is wanting to offload at will. So, a couple of offloads to hand, 1 to ground there. Couple of tackle breaks, but only 8 tackles in this one. They obviously scored plenty of points. So, less defense down his side for sure. But yeah, that was the first negative one. Obviously a good score last week. Can't do it every time. But that goes along with someone named Ruben Garrick, who everyone was giving it to me last week for not owning him. So yeah, there's a 19 there for sure, which is beautiful. But yeah, I obviously had the 26 from Penasini, which was only 7 better. Again, not his game. He also, on that right side, got plenty of bad ball. One of them at his feet again. Had a couple of penalties though, which wasn't good. And only 89 run meters, very different to that of last week. And we knew that a lower score was most likely going to happen. Eels still a decent chance of winning this game, which they did. And Garrick not getting the ball that he needs from DCE, from Tommy Turbo. DCE getting Olakuatu in a good position so we can offload to Garrick. Those type of things there wasn't to be in this one, unfortunately. So let's go up top to some of the great scorers. And Hopgood's try going through is targeting that gap and just knowing straight away that he's going to have to get rid of one bloke and fend him off. And he did. It was funny seeing Rugby League Guru there. Nath, he's absolutely in love with Hopgood. Says he's his son. Got some love from him after the game, which was pretty funny. So go check out those stories. That was funny to watch. Gutho there with 73. For people saying that Hopgood wasn't a must-have coming into 16, mistake. Absolute mistake. Gutho, 73. Yeah, amazing again. Got goals in this one as well. A couple of try assists. The try had one taken away as well at one point. But he was great. Whoever picked him up, and of course our number 1 overall man, Nige, of course has him in his side and is absolutely having a killer of a week. So I've taken away. He's gone into the stratosphere. I've gone down here into the dirt. So I'm going to take out any 0.5% chance thought that I was going to come first. So we'll avoid that. But hopefully, yeah, still top 100 is where we want to be. Simonson, however we say it, I can't remember. But yeah, 2 tries there for him, a couple of line breaks, big run meters. He's been really, really good, I think. I'm been very impressed with him in the centres. I spoke about him a few weeks ago as being a potential option. I'm not sure if many grabbed him, but well done if you did. We had Brendan Hands was 51. He had a try saver and a line break. So Handsy getting handsy, running through the line there. 51 run meters with a tackle break there as well. So he was another potential option that you could have gone for. With the 80 minutes there, there's still some unknown as to what's happening with Hodgson, but it was a calculated risk, I would say, if you grabbed him in this one. And him at 260k to get 51 is amazing. If you had to hold him all this time, happy days for you as well. Madison, the 44, he started very, very slowly. He did get 5 tackle breaks, still ran for 160 meters. So to be honest, he basically, for the most part, played like he was on the edge. So yeah, there was that. He obviously means he got being defending one further out. There was less tackles in there, but there's also less tackles in general from that whole side. You see Bryce Cartwright down there with 18 tackles. So exactly, showed that him, Penasini, and also Madison got low tackle numbers. They went to the other side a lot, both in attack with Simonson and also with their defensive workload. So that's Madison. He will be back onto an edge or the middle at some point in the next few weeks. So hopefully it is next week. If Moses is back, you'd expect Arcee and also Moses to be in that position. Speaking of Dejan, 44 for him, 3 forced dropouts, did really well on that front. And no attacking stats meant that it was all in base at 44. So great news for anyone who grabbed him that he was still able to do well, despite the lack of attacking stats for him. Which is pretty crazy. Just heard the Gutho run the show, didn't he? That's for sure. Davey 43, Makatoa to try, as well as Ogden. So yeah, some good scores across those few guys. Kepi, anyone who's held him for the long term, unlikely, but he got a 42. Davey the 43 there was good. Cartwright 40, and just a 59 minutes for him. Olakuatu, people are bringing in him, such an up and down scorer. He has so many of these 30s. I see a lot of top coaches bringing him in. He seems like one of those guys that you can't trust him week to week, which is tough. And if you bring him in as a keeper, which I think most people are, if you are bringing him in now, he's just not getting those keeper scores. So yeah, that's that one for now. He still scored better than Trent Leora though. Paseka there, 38, just not performing as well. 4 errors in this one, plenty of negatives, unfortunately. Not great on that front. Ogden with that, his first try was very cool. Sipley there, 37. Spoke about Penasini, 26. Kohler there, 26. What else we got? Garrick, Fainu, yeah, 17. So had 49 minutes in this one. 6 missed tackles, less run meters than normal. He kind of started pretty well. I think it said he was 17 in 25 minutes, and then all the way to 49 without going up and down. Not good. And the last one there, really, KO Weeks had the try saver in there, which helped him get to 16 points. But, sin bin, 3 missed tackles. Yeah. What we saw in preseason, have not seen when he's played in the NRL, have we? So, there you go. Not great. And this game just hurt. I just really didn't enjoy this game at all, to be honest with you. Trent was missing tackles like he was Reece Robson or Helam Lukey a bunch of weeks ago. We'll start with him, get it out of my head, thank God, and then I can move on. But 8 missed tackles, made 32. If he misses, 4, whatever, that's fine. Take away 8, put 8 on his score, plus the extra 4 that he made, that he fell off. He's on 40, just straight there. So that's all I wanted this week, just a 40 Trent. He's never a great runner of the footy. He did get an offload and 2 tackle breaks, which was nice. One of them on IPAP. I was happy with that. But that was about the only happiness in this game for me on that front. He still stayed at 28. Nelson ended up at 31, so that was an improvement on his score. They had him at 6 missed tackles. They dropped him down to 3. So, yep, however that works. I wish they dropped a couple of Trents off. Hey, didn't happen. While we're down here, we'll go for Nofaluma, a bit of a slow one for him. 15. You had Talon De Silva. I think he was pretty good. He looked good for his starter game. Bronson Garlick did not get the minutes that we would have thought at hooker, so he was not an option, unfortunately, for anyone who went for it. It looks like it was, as I said, you were hoping for a Grant injury, but Wishart played bigger minutes anyway, the 51. Trent we weren't happy with. Clemmer, 29. For anyone who owns him, yucky, 1.6%. That was a shocker. Same minutes, 48, 50 minutes, just, tackle numbers were down. It seemed like across the board, tackle numbers weren't great, to be honest there. Buller goes up to 36, which is helpful. Finally a low game for him, but again, the attacking ability that team has when they don't have their stars, it just becomes a little bit limited. And obviously Storm there with Hughes still running the show did a great job. Pezza does his job well as also. Who else do we have there? Kamikamitha. Wakeham, another good score for him, 52. Had a try assist in there, but no negatives, so very impressive. Simkin was the other one there with 52. A massive score in his time out in the park. 0 negatives as well. I don't believe I've seen him score anywhere near that in the minutes that he got. So obviously the switch of 47 and 33. Owners going forward, not ideal. This game, amazing. You're definitely not you're not unhappy with that, that's for sure. Bateman went down to 53. Just wasn't much of a game from him. A few negatives, a few errors there. But yeah, he'll take the 53 after his massive score last week. But the big news of this game was the Alex Twal first try, 118 games or something like that. So big congratulations to Twali. We love him. Someone in the get first game Q&A, the live one on YouTube, said, is it going to be Twali's week? And I said no. So there you go. Shows how good I am at tipping these things sometimes. But yeah, 40 minutes for him, a 57. Fell on that try at home. Very, very exciting news. So good stuff for Twali. Warbrick, where was the 4-try effort when we needed him earlier on in the season? But yeah, he actually had a really, really good game. I was very impressed with him under the high ball. In general on defense and in also attack, so he was amazing. And yeah, 69 points for him. For anyone, there might be a few random out there. There's still 16% that own him, but I don't believe they're playing the game still. Blory, we mentioned him as a half a potential option. If you still held him through all the games missed, how does he miss games? Because he is very impressive to watch. I think he's a great player. He was awesome in this game. 2 line breaks, defended well, no missed tackles at all. 5 tackle breaks, 3 offloads, 130 meters. Just had 1 penalty there. He was terrific. So both edges, Blory and Papali'i, as much as I pain to say it, this was much more like the scoring line here that Papali'i were used to hit for him at the Eels. So 3 offloads, 5 tackle breaks, 40 tackles for 2 misses, a line break in there as well, and 180 meters. So well done to Papali'i owners. Well done to anyone who grabbed Blory. Is he an option going forward? Obviously, they have a bye next week, so yeah, they're one of the 3 teams. The last game today, the Hines v Bulldogs game, I'm going to call it. Yeah, those 3 teams they have the bye, so we can definitely have a chat about it following round 17. But yeah, nothing too much to think about at this point with all of them having a bye in round 17. And really, the only guys you're looking at as keepers in this squad are Papali'i and Bateman. I'd say Blory has the potential, but he won't get that here. What about, I think Hughes we missed as well. He got 2 try assists early. He had 2 try assists in about 35 minutes. He was on 14. I was like, yeah, cool, nice. Yeah, they're the only kind of keepers in this squad. So we'll talk about the rest a little bit later. But that's the 3 games for your Saturday night. We have 1 to go. I'll be very excited to get out of round 16 and head into round 17, where I think I'll be able to score a little bit better, especially if we have some most of our guys backing up, which I very much hope so. If not, we've got some trades to make apparently. So there you go. Good luck in that game. We'll see you in that one.